If you're a single, real man, there's only one question on your mind. How do I get a girlfriend? Now, getting a girlfriend is no ordinary task. It requires persistence, charisma, and most importantly, authority. Knowing our audience, you're probably some level 1 to crook type guy, but we want her to think you're an alpha mafia boss. Fortunately, we're here to help you, so let's get started. So, step 1. The first thing you're going to have to do is make yourself presentable. We highly recommend wrapping yourself in wrapping paper and adding a bow, but if you're too lazy, you can simply purchase a human-sized gift bag and step into that. There are many advantages of being presentable. If the girl you approach doesn't like you, she can gift you to one of her friends who might be more interested. I use this strategy to acquire 9 billion girlfriends, so trust me when I say it works. And, by the way, some of them were even extraterrestrial. Now, let's move on to step 2. When you found a girl that's interested in you, you'll have to ask her for her number. This step can be really nerve-wracking, and I know many guys who spontaneously combusted because of just how scary it is. Now, when you do ask her, she may say something like, "Oh, I'm not interested." Now, this is a confusing tactic they use to test you. She isn't trying to tell you that she doesn't want to give you her number. She's asking you to look through her phone and find it. The main point to take away from this is that it is important to show off your persistence. Steal her phone and find that number. Let's move on to step 3 here. So, now that you've got her number, make sure you'll promise you'll see her again. If she refuses or doesn't meet up with you, you've got to show her who's boss. Make sure you are relentless in your relationship. Talk to her family and friends to track her down. Once she sees you again, it'll be love at first sight. Make sure you use a catchphrase like, "Come with me, babe," or "Don't worry, you're mine now." She's gonna start to feel really safe. Now, we are edging towards the finish of the video, and we've made it to the climax. Bro, what the hell am I reading? You may be wondering how to get through the hardest step. Well, we are going to tell you an amazing strategy that you can use to get through. So, step 4, the first date. The first date can make or break a relationship, and when it comes to our viewers, it usually breaks it. This is why you're going to have to set up one of these 2 scenarios. The intention of these scenarios is to either cover up your incompetence or make it you seem a lot better than you are. Let's start with the former. A. Terrify her. Plan a scary event at your date. This will distract her from your fumbling and bumbling. Now we come to the strategy that will show off the strengths you don't have. B. Create a setup. Make a setup that will make you seem smart or strong. We recommend a classic: get your friend to pretend to jump you, get into a fake fight with him, and you pretend to knock him out. That's a really good strategy, and it did work for me, and I now have 99 hoes. Now we're moving into step 5. Kiss her. This should be really easy, as long as you follow the ITRWNMYAYDNC strategy, or, quote, "In the real world, no means yes, and you don't need consent." In other words, don't think, just do. Now let's move into step 6. Make it long-term. You're gonna have to make her stay with you long-term if you want a proper relationship. There are 2 ways to convince her to stay with you, but one is clearly better than the other. So 1, this is like the weird version. Be a kind and good person, supporting her when she needs it, and helping her get through hard times, which just seems really strange. Or 2, gaslight her into thinking that you are the only thing going right in her life, and make her think that no one else would love her. Manipulate her into whatever you want her to be. When she complains, yell at her and tell her, "Get back to the kitchen." Convince her that she wouldn't last a day in the world without you. Pick the option as you see fit, but unless you're a moron, you'll see that one is clearly better than the other. I don't know who's using one of those, it's just really odd. Alright, so let's move into the final step, step 7. Marry her. Now that you've gaslit your girlfriend into thinking she couldn't get a boyfriend other than you, she will come to the conclusion that she might as well marry you. Spend $50 million on the wedding, but if you don't have that, we will have a video on how to get rich coming out in the near future. After following these steps provided in the video, you will find yourself in a happy, healthy, and loving relationship. Make sure to subscribe as to not miss our next week's video, how to get a Giga Chad jawline. Thank you for watching, and comment below because we always read the comments. Tell us which strategies you used and how you got your first girlfriend.